When you think of the great conquerors of history, names like Caesar, Alexander, or Napoleon might come to mind. But on July 19, 711 AD, a man from North Africa changed the destiny of Europe forever. His name, Tariq ibn Ziyad. The rock they landed on would become known as Jebel Tariq, the Mountain of Tariq. Today we call it Gibraltar. But what he did next became legend. A Berber general, a Muslim, and a master of strategy. Tariq led a modest force of around 7,000 men across the Strait of Gibraltar. This marked the beginning of the Muslim conquest of Iberia, also known as the Iberian Peninsula, which includes modern-day Spain and Portugal. According to historians, before the battle, Tariq turned to his men and said, but after Tariq's conquest, the name changed to Jebel Tariq, honoring the Muslim general who had scaled its heights and established a foothold for his faith in a new land. Over the centuries, the name evolved into Gibraltar. The majority of them, he said, are of the Muslim faith, and their women are renowned for their beauty and grace. Behind you is the sea, before you is the enemy. You have no escape but in victory. So whether pronounced as Gibel or Jebel, the name stuck and became part of the region's identity. Even today, when you visit Gibraltar, you can see reminders of Tariq's legacy everywhere. Historians believe he was born around 670 AD in a place called Kairouan in present-day Tunisia. Always a warrior, even in his leisure time. He was killed in battle, according to some accounts, while fighting against the Franks in what is now France. Through his bravery and strategic brilliance, he opened the door for Islam to take root in a new land, and for a new culture to flourish in Spain. Others say he died in 720 AD during the siege of Narbonne, a city in southern France. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos. Do not forget to hit the bell icon to get notified every time we upload a new video. But while others might have claimed greater victories or ruled longer, none had the impact of Tariq ibn Ziyad. But perhaps his greatest achievement was inspiring his men to fight for a common cause, to burn their ships and turn back with victory or death as their only option. His father was a Persian slave who had converted to Islam, and Tariq, like many other North Africans of the time, was of mixed Berber and Arab descent. As the Rock of Gibraltar stands today, a British overseas territory at the western entrance to the Mediterranean Sea, it's a silent testament to the legacy of Tariq ibn Ziyad. To ensure there would be no retreat, he ordered his own ships to be burned. One story tells of how he once saved the life of a Christian slave girl who had converted to Islam. When a Christian lord offered her freedom in exchange for information about her Muslim captors, she refused. Impressed by her devotion, Tariq freed her himself and later appointed her as his secretary. With no way out, his army fought with unmatched courage. They faced the Visigothic king Roderick and an army said to be over 10 times their size. But Tariq's forces were prepared. They had studied the lay of the land and the terrain to their advantage. According to some accounts, Tariq also employed guerrilla tactics, using his knowledge of the area to launch surprise attacks and retreat before reinforcements could arrive. Though outnumbered, Tariq's forces prevailed. King Roderick was killed and his army scattered. After the Battle of Rio Salado, city after city fell. In just a few years, nearly all of the Iberian Peninsula came under Muslim rule. This era is now known as Al-Andalus. Muslim-ruled Spain lasted for centuries and became a melting pot of cultures, a place where Christian, Jewish, and Muslim scholars shared knowledge and made advancements in science, art, and philosophy. Yet none of this would have been possible if not for the courage of a single man, who dared to cross the sea with a small band of brothers and change the course of history forever. Though much of Tariq's personal life remains a mystery, his deeds have echoed through the ages. The very name of Gibraltar still bears his mark. To the ancient Romans, the promontory was known as Calpe. In Arabic, the word Jebel means mountain. In the 18th century, the famous traveler and writer Richard Pocock described the people of Gibraltar as being of an olive complexion, straight and slender, and bearing themselves with an air of dignity and pride. Despite this, little is known about Tariq himself. When the Caliphate of Damascus, the capital of the Umayyad Caliphate, set out to conquer Iberia, Tariq was one of many generals who took part. He showed courage in the face of impossible odds, intelligence in his choice of battles, and a strategic brilliance that allowed him to defeat a much larger enemy. It's unclear when Tariq died, but legends abound about his exploits. Another tale tells of how he hunted lions in the mountains near Gibraltar, yet his greatest legacy is undoubtedly his conquest of Iberia. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up.